so used to picking it up. So much stuff in it.
See, it's not functioning any longer, yeah? So it's just in the ruin, yeah? And but to have a story about this place, we need first probably to start with who was Birgitta. And Birgitta, you know, the Birgitta is quite a popular name in Scandinavia, right? Birgit or Birgitta, Bridget, yeah, all different variation of that name. Yeah. Let's have a walk. And Birgitta of Sweden was born in the 14th century. In the 14th century, in the city of Vadstena. And already when she was a young girl, so she started to see the visions. Those days it's quite normal. You know, the visions of Virgin Mary, a vision of Jesus. So she thought that she is so-called a kind of special, a chosen one, illuminated. And but her family wanted her to marry one important Swedish noble. So when she was 13 years of age, so she married, and she had quite successful marriage. So they had 8 kids, and quite influential family in Sweden, quite close to the royal Swedish family in the 14th century. But when her husband died, so Birgitta decided to go to Rome and ask for permission for opening a new chain of nunneries, because her idea was to protect and to fight for women's rights, as we call it now. So even now, even nowadays in Catholic Church, Birgitta is a patron saint of feminism movement. Yes, so Birgitta, and so she wanted for women to have a place where they could work, you know, live together, pray. So, but to open the chain of nunneries, we need to have permission of the Pope, Roman Pope. So she decided it was a period in Roman Church history when the Pope was the Avignon was here. But Birgitta was a quite stubborn lady. So she decided to wait in Rome. So she waited, and she waited for more than 20 years the Pope to come. Yeah. So
for children.
Well, she traveled with a couple of children together, but the children was not enough. And so when the Pope reached Rome, so came back, so she had a meeting, and the permission was granted to Birgitta to open the chain of nunneries. So starting from the 14th century in Sweden, and also in Scandinavia, in Denmark, in Finland, in Sweden, we started to build this chain of nunneries, Bridgettines. Bridgettines. Like Benedictines, Dominicans, it was Bridgettines.
But now
no, yes, nowadays, yeah, in Canada, in Australia, there is also in Latin America, of course in Scandinavia. So, and there, kind of the rule of Bridgettines was quite interesting. It was not just a nunnery, it was also a monastery, so together, nuns and monks together. Yeah? And also here in Tallinn, so already in the beginning of the 15th century, the first Bridgettine priest came to the city and asked for permission to build it here. But as in Tallinn city we had already Dominicans, so the permission was given only to build outside of Tallinn city. So it was built here in the beginning of 15th century. As it was built in the nations, so it was last more than 40 years, the construction of the church and the nunnery in the beginning of 15th century. So here, that's the church. It was open for everybody, even those villagers and people from Tallinn that could come in here. Maximum of 64 nuns living and working in this property. So now we have here only the ruins and just the remains of that mountain. So it was one of the biggest religious centers in Estonia and in Northern Europe. It was really big. You see the church is a big church, active church for about 160 years. Actually less than 156 years, because after Reformation in 1524 in Tallinn, so the role of the Catholic nunnery started to decline. So there is more and less need for the Catholic services. And then it was the Livonian War. Already mentioned today that the Livonian War for 30 years war where everybody was involved, and it was really the end of the economic growth of local land. So it was really disaster war. The most famous opera performances like Tosca and
Did you say there is no Estonian nun?
no Estonian nuns anymore. So they are from Mexico and
Different
India.
places.
Yeah, and they are on the rotation. So they every 4 or 5 years they're changing. There is a Bridgettine monastery is also now in Denmark, in Sweden. Many of those they changed from the Catholic to Protestant now. So you know, kind of adjusted to the new realities, because the church should be also integrated in the modern world, and as in modern Scandinavia, the church is less influencing people's life. So that's why we need to be also going together with the new, more liberal and more Protestant.
But this one is Catholic.
This is a Catholic, yes. This is Catholic. But this stage is used for many different for theaters, for different videos and the rock, and it's quite popular for different sort of